it's not a matter of like how many times did Scotty get knocked down or how many niggles or injuries did he have, like how many times I kind of just refused to kind of give up and give in and just kept on going. Buongiorno, how you going guys? So I made it to the Dolomites. Man, it is unreal to be back here. So it's been around about 5 years I think since I was last here. I ran the Lavaredo, the Ultra Dolomites race, 85k I think back in 2019. Haven't been here since then. A lot's happened since then, but man, a bit overcast, but it's so good to be back here. So I decided to do the Lavaredo Ultra this year for a few different reasons. The main one I guess being is that the timing of it all, it just gave me the chance to have a big race 2 months out from the big important one. And then the other reasons as well, it was pretty cool knowing that, you know, going to this year's Lavaredo was going to be 10 years since running it for my first time. So it was going to be, yeah, really cool to come back to essentially where it all began for me here in Europe. It's crazy to think 10 years ago I was coming here for the first time, and yeah, that definitely added some excitement about coming back to the Dolomites. Running around Lago d'Antorno at the moment. I'm going to stop pretty soon, and then Power's going to carry on up to Refugio Ronzo, over the top down to Cimabunque, so big day ahead. I've always found that it kind of doesn't matter how many times you've done a race, it's always really nice to get back out on the trails, get a feel for the trails. I think just because of the way that the environment is now and Mother Nature kind of changing things, it was definitely good to see different parts of the course and experience, you know, different parts at different times. Back in 2014, coming to Lavaredo for the first time, it was my first race outside of New Zealand or Australia. Yeah, I was pretty nervous. There were just so many unknowns that didn't know, you know, kind of how things were going to go, if it was going to be different to races I'd done in New Zealand or Australia. Yeah, all of a sudden you're a pretty small fish in a pretty big pond as far as the level of athletes over here. And you know, in a way that's exactly what I was after. I was wanting to test myself against some of the best in the world, and I definitely, you know, got that experience that first time in 2014. I guess it just sort of made me really realise that, yeah, this is what I want to be doing. Yeah, the field this year for Lavaredo is just insane. Like, I remember signing up and just thinking like, oh, okay, this is going to be good, this is going to be spicy, you know, like, and like I've said my whole career, like I'd rather be in a field that's absolutely stacked to the brim with, you know, professionals and the best in the world, and, you know, I'd rather race and get whatever position and get my butt kicked by however many guys, rather than sort of turn up to a race that's less competitive. And so I think that's part of the reason why, yeah, kind of a race like Lavaredo keeps bringing you back, because you know that every time that you're going to come back or every time that you sign up, you know, you're going to have a real fight on your hands as far as performance goes. I think since probably the second time, it's always been about, you know, podium or higher kind of thing. And I think that's probably naturally just because I'm competitive and I always want to, you know, get the best version of myself and push myself and challenge myself, and that's just what keeps me coming back. And like now, yeah, literally 10 years later since my first UTMB, you know, coming back 10 years later, and it's now my, I think, 7th UTMB. The goal's still the same, a little bit older, but it's, you know, kind of just the same plan, the same goal, and hopefully one of these days I'll execute it and have the race that I'm, you know, kind of still looking for. Like if I look at dates and numbers, it's like, you know, I'm 37 years old, nearly 38. I've been racing in Europe for 10 years, but I still feel like the same 27-year-old dude that was rocking up here for the first time. I feel enthusiastic, I feel motivated, I'm hungry for results and to battle out there and to push myself against the best in the world. And it's just, yeah, I don't know, nothing's changed. Like it's literally, the fire's definitely still burning for that competition, and that's the only reason I'm still doing it. It's like, I mean, I've done the biggest races in the world, and some of them like multiple times over, but yeah, I'm just not finished yet, and I don't think I'm going to be finished anytime soon, to be honest, because I just feel like as an athlete, I'm still progressing and getting better. I'm working harder than what I was before. Working with my new coach Robbie as well, who's a really good mate of mine. He's pushing me harder than I've ever been pushed in training. And so I guess it's kind of natural if you're feeling arguably as fit and as strong as you've ever felt. you know, why would you not be excited to race and push yourself and challenge yourself against the best in the world? And you know, I think within ultra running, and especially 100-mile running, Lavaredo type distance, 120k, it's not just about raw speed and who's the fastest, fittest and strongest. You know, there's a lot more that kind of goes into it. And yeah, I guess that's where I can draw from 10 years of experience and, you know, 5 Lavaredos and 7 UTMBs and all the other races in between, in the sense I've been in a lot of battles. Yes, a flask of Näak watermelon, 2 flasks of gel, a couple of purees and a waffle. As for the mashed potato with the currants, tabs.
My race, have my normal race breakfast, my normal race coffee.
Yeah, the body's pretty happy, and you know, I mean, getting to run 120 odd k in the Dolomites isn't half bad either, so it should be good. Yeah, so I went to bed Thursday night feeling good, ready, excited to race, all the things you kind of expect to feel, and then yeah, 1 AM I woke up and yeah, within a couple of seconds I was running for the bathroom, and yeah, then fast forward 4.5, 5 hours and I was just vomiting, yeah, pretty uncontrollably, non-stop, kind of just sort of wondering, yeah, kind of what was going on with my body. And I think the optimist in me was sort of like, no, she'll be right, it'll be all good, you know, like something will happen and it'll click and you'll be okay. As the morning went on, and the realisation of like, okay, yeah, you're feeling a bit better than you were at, you know, 3 o'clock this morning, but you're nowhere near 100%. Came to the obvious fact that even if there was going to be some small miracle that I was going to feel potentially okay to be standing on the start line, you know, I wasn't going to be in the shape I was going to need to be in to run the race that I was wanting to race. Days are the same, months are the same, years are the same, and so every build-up that I've had for UTMB has been different. And so, yeah, it's kind of meaning that now I'm not worried about UTMB or thinking, oh my gosh, my UTMB race isn't going to be what it could have been. It's just kind of, now the build-up just looks ever so slightly different. In the grand scheme of things, albeit very frustrating, it's not going to change a hell of a lot as far as what I do in the build-up to UTMB. I'm still going to be heading to Chamonix in mid to late July, doing some training on the course. I'm still going to be heading up to Teen with a really good group of friends. You just have to be adaptable and go with the ebbs and flows of what kind of the races in life throws at you sometimes, but I've just got to get back to work now and do what I need to do, and everything will fall into place.